Hey there guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you my Medievalathon TBR. So I don't know if you've heard about this readathon yet. I think this is the third round and it is hosted by Holly Hart's Books. I will link her announcement video down below. And this is a readathon where you can choose a profession and according to this profession kind of leveling up by reading books. And so I have chosen a profession. I want to try the clergy profession and I will talk you through the books I'm planning to read for that. This readathon will start on the 10th of January and go until the 10th of February, I believe. So it is a month-long readathon, which is kind of like my favorite because you're not too rushed and you can choose books that you would usually read. So yeah, I will talk a little bit about the clergy profession here and the baker profession. And then also the main goal is to level up your ranks during this readathon. So with 0 books, you start as a prisoner and then you can move up the social ladder to become an emperor or empress if you read 7 books or more. So I'm aiming for 7 books. We'll see how that goes because this time period will be super busy at work for me. But yeah, I just love Medievalathon so much and I really want to support it. So this is my announcement video for that. So these professions all have their own little storyline. If you go to the video of Holly, you will find all the information about these storylines. And as I said, I want to start with the clergy one. And the first prompt for that is to read an underrated book, because obviously if you start out in this career, no one really does take notice of you. You're just in the background helping. So this book is debatable, but I had a very hard time with this prompt. So I chose Restore Me by Tahara Mafi. This is the first book in the second trilogy after the Shadow Me trilogy. And I feel like the second trilogy is definitely underrated because I felt like that it grew up quite nicely. This would be a reread for me. And I just think that a lot of people didn't read the second trilogy because Shadow Me has been such a long time ago and they weren't bothered. So I'm gonna count this. And I've been meaning to reread the first and second book of this second trilogy to finally read the third one, Imagine Me, which had come out last year, but I just wanted to reread the whole series before that, and for some reason it never fitted into my schedule. So yeah, have to read that. Then the second prompt is to read a book about books, and again this one was hard for me. I had to order a book because I did not have anything on my shelves that would fit this prompt, and I decided to go with The Archive of the Forgotten by H.A. Hackworth. This is the second book after the Library of the Unwritten, and I am very excited to go into the second book because I really liked the first book. I read it in November, I believe, of 2020, so it's all very fresh in my mind. So I thought it would be the perfect time to go into the second book, and this follows a library in hell, and in the first one you follow Claire, who is the librarian of the wing of the unwritten books, and so basically she has to take care of all these books that were not written, like the author had thought of the book but never written it down. So yeah, it's all about that. So I'm not quite sure if this really is a book about books anymore because it is not set in that library because of spoilers. But yeah, I'm just gonna count this because I had no other book in my immediate TBR that would have fitted the prompt, so I'm going with this one. Then the third one is to read a book with a person on the cover, and for that prompt I went back to books I had on my TBR for forever, and I chose Asking for It by Louise O'Neill. This is a book that I have had for so long, and honestly I have bought, I think, 2 more Louise O'Neill books since I have bought this one, and I've read both of those, but I still haven't read this one. So yeah, this sounds like a kind of dark YA romance kind of thing. I'm not quite sure about that because, as I said, I've bought this like so long ago, so I don't really know what it's about. But I guess it's like a darker YA contemporary, maybe romance book. And yeah, as you can see, it doesn't have very happy vibes, and that's something I do enjoy for January and February. My cat's going crazy, so thanks for that. Yeah, but yeah, I decided to read this one for the person on the cover prompt, and I'll let you know how it goes. The next prompt is to read a book with the chosen one trope, and again I had a little bit of a difficult time with that because I don't tend to read these kind of books, but then I found one that I've been meaning to read in December last year and didn't get to, and it is literally called The Chosen, and that is volume 4 of the Monstrous comics, so I guess this will count. This follows a girl, I think her name is, oh, I'm so bad with names, Micah. And Micah Half-Wolf, she is like a... I can't believe my cat right now. I just can't believe my cat right now. Okay. So this follows Micah Half-Wolf, and she is like a human that has like kind of animal parts. There's a word for this, but I always forget like all the words they have in this world. But basically there are two kinds of species, I don't know, who are at war with each other. It's more like normal humans and then humans that have like parts of animals. And yeah, so this is a very complex fantasy comic series, and it's sometimes very hard to keep track of it, but I still love it. The art style is amazing, and there's this little fox. Is she on here somewhere? No. But yeah, I love the fox character, and I think it was at the end of the 3rd volume where there was a huge cliffhanger with the fox character, and so yeah, I want to reread this, so I'm ready for the 5th one, which just came out last year. And then the 5th prompt is to read whatever you want, because at that point you are the Pope, and so you can do whatever you want, I guess. So I chose the 5th volume of Monstrous for that. This volume is called War Child, and yeah, this one I think goes back into the history of Micah and her childhood and stuff like that, which is hinted at in the earlier volumes, but I think this one explains it more, is what I gathered from other reviews. So I'm just really excited to go back into this world and see where it's going, because this is the only comic book series that I am following. So yeah, it's a big deal for me. I'm so sorry about the cat. What's gotten into her? This can't be real right now. Okay, so to become Empress, I still need 2 more books. And so I've chosen books from the baker career because I thought it would be a nice little hobby at the side when you're the Pope and you can bake stuff. So I have randomly chosen 2 prompts that I could fulfill with books I really want to read in January, because both of these were birthday gifts last year, and I have this thing where I try to read my gifted books within a year, because I know that I'm very bad of reading books that I haven't chosen for myself. And to be honest, it's usually because the books I get gifted aren't that great, or at least not my cup of tea. So whatever. So I have these 2 books. This one is for the prompt. Yeah, it's the 3rd prompt of the baker career, to read a book with brown on the cover. And this is a little bit of a stretch because this is more like an orangey red cover, but I would kind of count some of these colors, especially down here, as brown. So gonna count this. This is, I think in English, called Bitter Oranges, and I think, I don't know, Claire Fuller. Could be anything. This is translated from English, yes. And so this is a book I know nothing about. It sounds very intriguing from the back because it's about a weird like triangle relationship thing. But yeah, I can talk more about this when I've read it, but I definitely need to read this before my birthday. And then the first book or the first challenge, the first level of the baker career, is a book that was chosen for you. So I decided to go with a book that a bunch of my friends gave me together. So because it's probably a a little bit of a more expensive book. It's very, very pretty. It's a naked hardcover. So this is a German book. I have no idea what it's about. I don't even know how to say the title. It's probably something like Grimm. I don't know. It's by Sibylle Berg. This is some kind of person that you know if you read German things, I guess. And yeah, it just says brainfuck really small down here, so if you read the back, it doesn't make sense at all. I have no idea what this book is about. It's very intriguing, but it's also very long. It's like 600 some pages, and this has been on a ton of my TBRs, but it's really intimidating. So yeah, I hope I read this, because as I said, my birthday is coming up and I have this stupid rule, so I have to read this before February. So these would be all the books that are on my Medievalathon TBR. I'm super, super excited to get started. I probably upload this on the 10th, so it will have already started when you see this. But yeah, I'm so excited. If you want to impromptu jump into this readathon as well, there's also a Discord group, which is also really, really fun, and I've been chatting with a ton of people on there as well. So yeah, I love readathons, so my cat doesn't. I will end this video before she throws stuff over here. So yeah, leave a like if you like this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!